Hi guys. Okay, so today I am just not feeling very well, so I decided to take a sick day. But I'm gonna still give you my presentation that we're gonna do today because it's still important. We can't really spare a day. So this was the video I was gonna have you watch for your bell work, and I'm gonna put it in the class plan. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you watch it. It's a super cute song to help you remember the quadratic formula, which is what we're doing today. So this is where we're at. We're finally at Friday. The quadratic formula, it's just another way to solve quadratics, to get our factors. You do have your quiz 1 that is open to you now, and it is due on Sunday. So let's go ahead and go over the quadratic formula. So this is what it looks like. So just to give you a preview of what that song is, it sings like Pop Goes the Weasel. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my color. It's x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's the video you're going to watch, and it's super catchy. So what you have to do is just use up this formula. So they're going to give you an equation, and it looks like this. That's your equation, your quadratic equation. And it even tells you what your A, B, and C are. Now, I think you're probably wondering why C suddenly turned negative, and the reason for that is because they had to get it on the same side, so they subtracted 12 from both sides, which makes it x minus 2x minus 12. That is where, I'm sorry, this is usually a thinner point. That's where they got negative 12. So they already told you, so let me go ahead and erase that, maybe. So they already told you that what A, B, and C equals. So I'm just going to go ahead and give them color so our brains can get to work. So we're going to give A red. We're going to give B blue. And I'm probably going to let's give C green. C is going to take the green. So all we have to do is plug those numbers into the formula. The formula looks scary, but it's not. We just have to plug numbers in. So I'm going to recopy the formula, but wherever I see it, wherever I see an A, B, or C, I'm just going to leave it blank because I'm going to fill that in a little bit later. Minus 4 times A times C all over 2 times A. All right, so let's go ahead and use up this formula. So A is our red color, and it looks like the only place that you're ever going to see an A is right here in that first open parenthesis. So if A is 1, then I'm going to put a 1 here. That's it. So let's grab blue. B goes in a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. A does go at the bottom. I'm sorry. A goes here as well because it's 2A. All right, so B is blue. B goes here, which is negative 2. When it says watch your negatives, it's talking about right there. Just because there's a negative sign right here does not mean that this does not still be negative 2. Okay, it just means they cancel each other out. So then that negative 2 also goes here. Beautiful. And then I'm going to do my green C. That just gets plugged in right here. Sometimes the hardest part about this formula is just plugging it in. So now I'm just going to go ahead and straight up solve. So a negative 1 times a negative 2 turns into positive 2 plus or minus the square root. Negative 2 squared is negative 2 times negative 2, which is 4 minus 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 12 is 4 negative 48. I'm pretty sure. Yes, negative 48. All over 2 times 1, which is 2. All right, we're making our way down. We're just going to keep simplifying. 2 is plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 48. which 2 minus signs make a plus sign. 4 plus 48 is 52. All over 2. So then we have 2 plus the square root of 52 over 2. Remember, because I'm going to do that plus minus thing, and then we have 2 minus the square root of 52 over 2. Alrighty, so the thing that I want you to focus on is that square root of 52. That can actually be simplified because there's a perfect square inside of it, so you kind of have to go way back to when we were doing perfect squares. So it can actually be broken down into the square root of 4 times the square root of 13, which that can go to 2. And the 13 is going to stay in the radical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change this. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 2 square root 13. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 again is 1. These are just going to cancel each other out. So you're going to end up with the square root of 13. It comes out some super ugly number when you type it in, so let's just not. This is all going to cancel out as well, and we're going to end up with negative square root 13. So your answer might look like this, plus or minus the square root of 13. I told you it looks ugly, but it's really, just leave it under the radical. All right, let's do another one. This time I'm just going to do it all in one color, maybe. Nah, let's not. Let's use, okay. So again, I'm just going to make those blanks because I tend to forget negative signs. Ooh, this one's got a fraction. Y'all love fractions. All over 2a. Okay, so it already did the work for us. It told us what a, b, and c are. Love it when it does that. So we have a is 1/2. B is negative 6, and C is negative 2. Super awesome. Thank you. All right. So negative B, so B goes in that first blank. So that goes 6. And then this is another B. That goes another negative 6. Minus 4 times A, which is 1/2, times C, which is negative 2. All over 2a, which is also 1/2. Y'all stressed yet? You see a fraction? But at least it's just the 1/2 fraction, which just means we cut the number in half. All right, so negative times a negative makes it a positive, so that's 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 6 squared is 36. If I'm going too fast, you just might have to watch this recording again. Minus 4 times a half. Half of 4 is 2. And then 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. All over 2 times a half, which means it just cuts, it means it just cuts it in half. And half of 2 is 1. Sweet. And my favorite thing about something over 1 is that I don't have to write over 1 anymore. So I can do 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 minus negative 4. If you have a minus negative, that turns into one big old plus sign, and that's just a 40. I don't have to write over 1 because I don't have to, because anything over 1 is just itself. So we're going to break this into two equations. We have 6 plus the square root of 40 and 6 minus the square root of 40. And you're probably, actually, no, before we go into that, let's hold on a second. The square root of 40 is a little too ugly for me. It's too big of a number, so I'm going to try to see if I can simplify it, because you might not find your answer. So I have to go through my perfect squares to see if any of them go into 40. So my perfect squares are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and then I'm getting above 40. I know that 4 goes into it. So this can be the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. Well, square root of 4 can be simplified right down to 2. So I can actually write this as 6 plus or minus 2 square root 10. All I did was convert that square root 40. You might not remember how to do this. This might be a long time coming. We haven't done radicals in a very long time. Probably, pretty sure it was like 100 years ago. Just kidding, it was a couple months ago. But I am getting down to my time for this recording, because I can only record 15 minutes, and I have like 4 minutes to go. So what I might do is do another one. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and I'm going to do more examples in the next video, just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to stop for a second, and then if you want to keep going with more examples, you can just watch the next video.